is gonna need work. Every time you turn in the corner, you're just seeing dollar signs, euro signs flying out your pocket. Baby, if you didn't want them to know that that was going on in your brain, your sounds and your face were showing it all. Welcome to part 7 of how I bought my dream beach villa in the south of Italy. Andiamo. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anise and I'm an American living in London. Anyways, much like the last episode, we're gonna jump right into the next level viewing. I have been loving seeing your guys' comments on all the ones we've looked at so far. Keep the questions coming, help a girl out and making some decisions in which villa to choose. Let's not waste any time, let's just jump into it. Yeah. Okay. Here we are at the villa which I nicknamed the garden house. You can take a wild guess as to why, but I think this house was listed at 190,000 euros. So this was the most expensive property we've seen the whole year. Maybe I've been talking to y'all too much. Y'all taking my voice from me, damn. Just kidding. And here we're seeing why I actually named this house the garden house, because it was centered in this lovely plot that had a lovely garden outside. Look at that pink, I don't even know what it's called, but that tree that got the pink flowers, and then you got this big old, I don't know what this plant is called either. As time goes on, guys, I'm going to learn the names of these plants that you find in this region of Puglia. You have a main walkway that goes from the street to the entrance of the house, and then on that walkway you have these openings that like you into the yard. So the yard was lovely. I'm not even in the front. This was one of the houses that I was most excited about. Of course, it was also the most expensive, but you know, the girl can't help it. She likes the price of things, you know what I'm saying? So, through this front entrance, you go right into the main living room and foyer. And, you know, it was a wonderful, beautiful, open space. Look at that fireplace there. Like, talk about character. Look at the chandelier hanging from the ceiling. You know, of course, the space is full of the old furniture of the previous owners, but remember guys, when you're in these houses, you've got to look to see visions. One of the first things that I will say about this house, I don't want to say that the agency made things look a lot better in the photos. That's their job. Agents do that, yeah. But once we arrived at the house appeared to be in a much older state than it seemed to be in the listing photos. If I were to pull up some of these listing photos, yeah, right. So you can see photos were taken of the house with it in a state where they were probably most recently living in. By the time that we went to go do this viewing, obviously they had packed up a lot of the house and did a lot of Christmas rituals. You know, they were kind of, I guess, done with it being their summer home. Things just a little bit drabber than the listing photos showed. A lot of the furniture has been covered because they're not going to leave stuff outside. It's just better staged. It's just better staged. That's their job, to make it look good. But yeah, you know, when you are really looking forward to seeing a house, and this is the listing photo, and then when you first walk in, it's like this, you're like, oh, okay, what's the other thing I would say? Ah, yeah. So there was a floor plan that was placed online with the listing, but it was just pretty unclear. Like, I've kind of found it a bit difficult to understand what was what and where was what. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all make of the floor plan what you will. Also, look at how these floor plans are handwritten, you know, hand-drawn. Guys, this is very common for the region. Sometimes you think these floor plans are on like a medieval scroll that someone dug up out of a hole that was placed in the basement of the archives from the 1700s. Okay, I'm being a little bit too much. Also, on top of that, So you guys know that the two main websites that I've used to find these listings are Immobiliare and Idealista. Each of the websites had like one or two more photos that the other one didn't. And so I wasn't entirely sure what was going on with where things were. I couldn't even really read the floor plan. So this was the house I was looking forward to the most, to kind of discover all its mysteries. And when you have those high hopes, you kind of think that you're gonna like walk in the front door and you're gonna be like, oh, like angels are singing and oh my God, I love this house and it's beautiful. And it was a little bit underwhelming. That's the word I wanna say. From the listing to the viewing, this was a little bit underwhelming, but we moved. And yes, all the stuff that you see inside of these viewings, inside of these listings, the furniture, typically they would be coming with the sale. So right off of the living room, foyer, entryway, we have a first bedroom, decent size. We have Antonio, the engineer, pointing something out to us. And as he takes us through the hallway, beautiful, nice sized hallway, quite open space with the arch. He's just highlighting for us, look, there's water damage in the roof. Yeah? So just to have an awareness. Yeah, those streaks that you see, that's from whether it be rainwater or just damp that leaks through, and you're seeing that water damage on the ceiling. This hallway, even though it has a lot of stuff in it, it actually is quite wide, quite spacious. I could like spread my arms and probably not touch either wall. Then over here, quite a big bathroom. Very cute, funky, like old school style. This house was built in the 1970s. It's a bit quirky, but I like that little step up from where the sink is to where you have the toilet end of the day. You know, honestly, you have bedrooms in London that are the size of this bathroom. The size of bedrooms, the size of bathrooms that we were seeing inside these villas in Puglia were quite satisfying. Here we have a third bedroom that's here in the back of the house. You can see out to the pizza oven and barbecue. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And then this was actually a pleasant little surprise for me too. This room, this space, was on the floor plan, but I had no idea it was a bathroom. I don't know, your girl thought it was like a storage closet or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was hard for me to read what the lettering on the floor plan said. So when we walked in, we saw it was a full bathroom, sink, shower, toilet, bidet, very funky shower. I kind of like it. It's like a London telephone booth kind of, except gold. I also want you guys to take note of, as we walk through these doors, they're stunning. The woodwork in this house was stunning. You have these kind of slightly opaque glass windows that are in each of the doors. It's just gorgeous. Here we have the kitchen, nice spacious kitchen. For me, when it comes to kitchens, every kitchen we see, I know that we're gonna do like a whole renovation of it. The idea is to keep the character of the house, but I also want that kind of beautiful Italian kitchen with tiles and bright colors like yellow, light blue. Yeah, that's me. Okay, and this kitchen had an entrance and exit on both sides of the kitchen. So the kitchen led out onto the front veranda, which was this beautiful open covered space that would be great for like a long dining table you could have out there. And then it also had another door that led to the back patio with the pizza oven and barbecue and also outdoor shower. The lovely space here, these arches, I mean, chef's kiss. Very beautiful. Off the bat, we're dealing with character and style. This is where you have the cistern, which is located underground in this little teeny tiny plaza space, little teeny tiny piazza. At this point, you guys should be experts at cisterns, water placement, like that sort of thing, and why it's important to us. This swing here is not in a great state, but in the listing photos, you know, they had swinging seats out on the veranda. So even though the villa itself was in a slightly worse condition than what we saw in the listing, it was also nice to see these listing photos in this cute state because it shows you what that space could be, you know, or what it used to be for the family that lived here. And like the old man's house, this one also did have, you know, good vibes. Now, this house also came with a separate mini apartment that was attached to the house. To go off of what we just discussed in episode 6, where we saw the old man's house, it's like, okay, well here we have another 2-family property that we kind of weren't really looking for, but it fell into our list of listings to view. Now, in this mini apartment space, I think that this is a very cool little unit. For me, one of the first things that I would probably do in renovating this space is either fully or partially taking down that wall between the bedroom and the kitchenette, just to open the space up a little bit more. I would lean a little bit more towards partially opening it up, so perhaps leaving the bottom half, and there would be a barrier at least from maybe waist down between the kitchenette and the bedroom, but that the space above the top half of the wall would be removed and open. The space has a little bit more room to breathe. Yeah, so that's what's going on there with the visions. The other funny thing is, because Bae knew this was the house I was looking forward to the most, he was like, listen, when we do this viewing, don't get overly excited. I didn't need reminding, but he felt like he had to remind me to keep calm and keep a straight face. I know how to keep a straight face. As we walked through this property, whether he wanted to admit it or not either, I also think that from the listings, he also liked the house. And as we were going through the house, the amount of times this man was audibly sighing. How you gonna come and start this listing and tell me that I gotta keep a poker face, gotta keep it cool, and you walking around showing all your emotions, breathing here and there, making it very clear how you feel about the house. Even if you're not given the impression that you like the house. But like, if people are paying attention, they can tell that you're breathing hard and got this stressed face because you like the house and it's more than you were hoping it would be. And on top of that, it's gonna need work. So every time you turn in the corner, you're just seeing dollar signs, euro signs flying out your pocket. Baby, if you didn't want them to know that that was going on in your brain, your sounds and your face was showing it all. So I had to pull him aside at one point and be like, honey, it's not that deep. This is just a viewing. Let's enjoy it. We'll have the recording. We'll get information and we'll make a decision at the end of the day. He was just feeling a bit exasperated to like a house that's also the most expensive one, and that also is not even in pristine condition. So, look, I decided just now too. It was like, why, Lord, why? Okay. Oh my God, why are we so far?
The beginnings of glass. Events, glass beads, according to Sir John Lubbock, were in use in the Bronze Age, and if we may trust the evidence of etymology, the Des
on the beach, a lot of these villas are not connected to the Africa, not connected to the water system. But we were told quite a few times that there are plans for the municipality to start getting some of these villas connected to the aqueduct. It's plans, right? Kind of gotta take it with a grain of salt. But what was very interesting about this villa is that just 1 or 2 lamps October was a public fountain with drinking water. So, the region is not connected to the aqueduct, but in some parts of the beach, the municipality will run some kind of plumbing as an offering to the beach town, some fresh drinking water. And this villa was just a couple dozen meters away from this public fresh water drinking fountain. Not to be confused with a freshwater well. This isn't a well. It's an actual fountain providing potable drinking water from the municipality. So like, okay, that's interesting. You know, we were a little bit underwhelmed when we first walked into the house, but like, okay, garden house, like, maybe looking up a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm heading back down to the rear of the house. Now, the rear of the house has its own little area with an outdoor shower, which again is common. And then this super cute little pizza oven and barbecue. And another additional perk of this house is that it came with a garage.
So is the car included or not?
I wish. Look at that bad boy.
My grandfather had a confession.
Film the garage, not the front.
But it's very famous.
So yes, the priciest listing on our viewing list, but okay, you know, at least it's providing something to back up that price, you know. Some of these villas were listed at 186, 189. Okay, for instance, the no-go house listed at, I think it was 186, and then like it comes with the whole land plot. Guess what? You can't build on a land plot. Or at least with this one, okay, it was kind of pricey, but at least it is putting its money where its mouth is. It is coming with the additional specifications that might make the higher listing price worth it. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, there's a lot to still discover about these villas. When you go and you do a viewing, you're just getting a first pass, a first glance, a first look to see, do you like the vibes, you know? Luckily, we had an engineer with us who was also telling us more. Like, I would have walked into that villa and been like, cool, and not even noticed all of the leak damage, water damage on the roof. But Antonio pointed that out to us, you know? So a viewing is a viewing. It's what you are taking at surface value. But after the viewing, you need to go through the documentation. You need to find out more about the house and see if there are skeletons in the closet that you need to learn about that might impact what actually the value of the house is. So you guys know the drill. What do you think? What do you think about the garden house? How do you feel about the land, the interiors? Is there anything that is concerning to you? What do you think about the architecture, the verandas? Leave your comments down below. Of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And while you guys do all that, the crew and I are going to head to a well-deserved lunch break. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Ciao.